Mike McCarthy on the Bears' radar screen. We knew that last week. They requested permission to talk to him. The Saints had not requested permission, but they were lurking. The Saints want to talk to him as well. I would think other teams looking for coaches should at least explore the possibility of at least talking to Mike McCarthy. The guy has a solid regular season record. He's won a Super Bowl. There aren't many coaches out there in the mix that have won Super Bowls. And I think that, like with O'Connell, not that I'm ready to label O'Connell as chronic year in and year out, can't get, past the wild card round of the playoffs. We've only seen 2. McCarthy's kind of more in that, just can't really cash in since Super Bowl 45. But there's a lot of teams that would love to be 12-5 for 3 straight years and lose in the divisional round, lose in the wild card round. It's better than not being in the playoffs at all. And look, the Jets can do a lot worse. They've done a lot worse since 2010. They would love, why wouldn't they, to have a guy like Mike McCarthy? So I think that everyone right now should want to talk to this guy based upon his career accomplishments.
Especially when you look at the landscape. There's not many other candidates that I think, as you replace some of these coaches that are fired, that right away that this is an upgrade. You just don't know that. And some of these interviews, and it's always hard to figure out because of the Rooney Rule and different things of who's actually a real candidate, who's actually being brought in to really interview for this head coaching job. Like we saw in New England with Byron Leftwich and Pep Hamilton get interviewed. They're not being brought in to be the head coach of the New England Patriots. And even though for those guys, it was awesome because they were out of work a year ago to get your name kind of back in the mix and try to get back in, because Byron Leftwich, it seems like from the outside, he did an unbelievable job with Tampa Bay when Tom went down there and what he was able to do. And I get it, being with Tom Brady. But Adam Gase was with Peyton Manning when then he moved on and got head coaching opportunities. So I just, it's hard to figure out who actually these teams would hire. You just said it. Brian Flores seems like a hot name, but is he going to get hired by a team to go be a head coach somewhere else? So I do wonder, is Mike McCarthy not one of the hottest guys? We all know Ben Johnson is there, but after Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel signing with the New England Patriots, who's the next head coach? I thought Darren Ridgely did an awesome job for the New Orleans Saints this year when he took over, but we've also seen teams aren't always in a rush to hire the interim head coach. The Raiders hired Antonio Pierce, and then they fired him this year. So it just makes you wonder, who are these candidates that Mike McCarthy even is going to be in competition with, and where do they stand up when you compare them to Mike McCarthy?
And look, all year long, it's been Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel as the 2 clear candidates to be hired, the no-brainer guys. If they want to be hired, obviously Vrabel did. We'll see what happens with Johnson. After that, nobody knows. But there was never a groundswell of, if Jerry fires Mike McCarthy, man, they're going to be lining up. Like we always say about Mike Tomlin. If they fire Mike Tomlin, they're going to be lining up the door to hire Mike Tomlin. There's never been that sense. Now we find out McCarthy's available. We'll see how many teams interview him. We'll see if he lands somewhere else. Let's take a break. When we return, some of the names that might emerge, one of the names that already has emerged, maybe for reasons completely unrelated to possibly coaching the Cowboys, because this is about attention, marketing, leverage, contract extensions in Boulder, Colorado, and all sorts of other stuff. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.